There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who waiting to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents from there. The work with my life without fear.
Master.
Cleverly, so make you again Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, and more I go. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who waiting to serve. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving the real and the premise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Losa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, to San to Bagbolu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Wonderful day, wonderful way to go, people. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you, our dear channel listeners. It's good to be back on your radio, or better state on the internet. Those of you who are watching, good evening to all of you. Good morning, good afternoon. I don't know exactly where you are watching us from. Yes, you know, it's not easy, but you still taking up your time to follow all of our activities, especially coming back home, Liberia, where there are so many things to talk about, so many news. Every time you wake up in the morning, you wake up with other news. Sometimes it's social news, sometimes it's sad news, because you know the issue of accidents nowadays is something that we should not overlook, and we should look at some of the causes of the accidents. So again, when you wake up, when you go out there in the morning, pray to the Almighty Creator. When you come home, the same thing. You know, that's the best way to go, because life is not easy. Yeah, let me be frank. We just in the streets, we parading around in the streets with all kinds of vehicular, whether it's motorbikes, it's keke, whether it's truck or so forth. Sometimes you find yourself into between. You know, whenever there's an accident, either something terrible happen, sometimes, you know, God be God, save us. So people, it's good to be here. And I think this afternoon we saw a terrible accident there at the Japan Freeway there, the Ghanansville end there. Yes, indeed. We understood that one person lost their life. I think it was the passenger. I don't know what happened, but according to some reports, that it was a hit. I don't know, hit wrong or what happened, whether they were on the motorbike and I don't know, the truck. You know, yeah, so many information. So now when you come out, people have their own say, they are witnesses, they have their own say, you know, and so forth. But that accident was very, very terrible. So a young man lying, in fact, lifeless, lying on the street, you know, waking up thinking about how to hustle, thinking about how to go out there to fetch for daily bread, and you wake up, you know, your family to hear that this thing happened to you. That's why we should always keep our communication active with our family members, with our relatives, and other friends. Because if you don't do, maybe you'll be thinking that the person don't want to call you. How come today John Brown or Mary don't want to call me? Now there's something seriously happened with either Mary or John Brown. So you have to be concerned, you have to call when you have the opportunity. You're getting people, it's good. Any person who, yeah, man. Wait, what happened? Help us share the show, people. Yeah, today is our, oh, damn me. But time very flat, oh, you see. So time what for no man. Today's the last day in the month of June. Wow, I just saying this. How come? Why this year keep running? You gotta take your own time, though. We haven't yet. Oh, you know, my deacon, yeah, my deacon work. Yeah, man. Look, this who controlling the time, please. Yeah, you're running too much with the time. You got to take time, you know. Yeah, you're running too much until up to now. We haven't yet understand anything. Today's the last day. Myself, I'm confused. From January up to the last day in June, are 6 months. And some of us will have our live, what you may call, live thing, we'll go to church. Yeah, man. You know, yeah, you know, I have our, you have put it there. Some of you are, those of you who are also watching, good evening to all of you. You know, when you go to church, especially on the New Year Eve, or New Year Day or New Year Eve, you know, we have our, yeah, you know, things that we can say to God. All of the promises, Father God, I hope this one will happen to me. I hope the other one will happen from this time to this time. I want to achieve this. Either I travel or all of the promises, everything we will be saying to God will now go 6 months. Where are we, people? Help us share the show. The show will be interesting this evening. It's good to apologize. Some of you, you're texting me, oh, the Mayborn will not attempt to apologize, mercy. Somebody said, apologizing mercy, right? Look, yeah, look, the country is just. It's good to apologize. Let me tell you. So I got no issue. Yeah. So tell my father, take it back. What that mean? You gotta take it back. We live in a country now where you have to take it back. If you not take it back, either you just leave the way you are and just, yeah. But actually on the vessel, I know people help us share the show. Emmanuel, bro, Robert, Fasulu, Jacqueline, and the rest of you. Let me say good evening. Yes, indeed. The show will be interesting. This evening we'll look all into Thomas' father. Some of his statements last evening, we said that to you, that indeed Thomas Father is serious in hot water. Let me say that to those of you who are listening to some of us via the radio, or better say on the internet. Thomas Father, what kind of name are you calling before? CKA or AKA? Okay, the AKA thief or what? No, thief. Chief. Which one are you correct me, man? Yeah, man. Which one be which? Thief or chief? So Thomas' father is now in hot water. Let me tell you today, Thomas' father. And if he will apologize, Thomas' father will continue to apologize, even to the extent that Thomas' father, let me tell you that before we start the show, we just warm me up. Yeah, man. We sharing the show. But Thomas' father is still on hot water. Let me be frank with all of you, those of you who are supporter of Thomas' father. You know, I can enjoy Liberia. In fact, Liberia have their own way of paying you back. Yeah, that's one thing I like about our country. Either if you do good, you enjoy. If you don't do good, something happened and back to back, either you pay the price and so forth, and at the end of the day, you move on. That's why every human on this earth, they are important. You don't treat people anyhow you want to, or you don't behave, or you don't talk to people anyhow you want to. So Thomas Fowler, the deputy speaker for me from the one a second and then the de facto speaker. So Thomas Fowler, the de facto speaker, also fighting to become the de facto prime minister. Let's see what's going to happen next with him and that of the United Party partisans. We are partisans. We're not talking about the rescuers who move by because John Brown go there, so they go. No, we're talking about the real United Party partisans. Yeah, the real strong, die-hard partisan that started or that joined the party way back, So Thomas Father will say apologize to people. He have more work to do. So Thomas Father he has to do nothing. He's saying apologizing to David. Sorry because I don't going to father speaker. He apologizing to his boss. It's good. I support that, but yeah, what? Yeah, boss. We are trying to have the show what go on here from my end. I think Ali is here already. Let me see. Ali, you remember? Mama, are you so serious? So, like, are you part of the people that have evidence for the drug? Because our information minister said that when you get evidence, some of you will get evidence, please. God bring the evidence out for the drugs, for the 19 million worth of drugs, and stop playing politics and what they may say. So, if in your community you know any government official who part of the drugs issue, come up with evidence. Who would show drugs cartel to who? Whether we Ali good evening, but brother, what's up? I have a friend.
Maybon. Good afternoon, Maybon. How you doing? How's the family? How's the country? And good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. Glad to be here this afternoon. How's the weather today?
Yeah, man, the weather is a little bit okay, even though the rain, in fact, the rain started falling early this morning, and after some time, the rain ceased, and people, yeah. So the weather is between, we're in the rain season now already. So anytime you see a little rain fall, that means that the time for the rain to fall. But I think as of now, from where I sit, or in fact where I am right now in Painesville, I think the weather here is a little bit is fair enough. Let me just say in that way. But anytime the rain can fall, so it's fair. It's a fair weather, but it's okay. It's cool, it's twisting and so forth, but it's okay. Yeah, back home, yeah, we okay, my brother. Are you sure? Liberia is a country where you will promise somebody something and you give them different things. So after all of the promises that were given to our people during the election time, I think they are now receiving another thing. I think another gift. So we are okay. Moving about freely economically, yes. Our people, they are seriously challenged. The livelihood of our people haven't yet improved. I think we already table in that gradually. If we really see from where we are heading to now, that means our government, they can easily now provide or solve the bread and butter issue. So that one already been table. Now we found another way to muddy everything. That means to make noise. So that if you know that you can hustle, you go out there and go and hustle. So yes, our people, they are hustling under the rain, under the sun. They're finding their way out to survive, to fetch for their daily bread. So yes, economically, our people, they are really, really going through a lot, and they're still fighting for survival. With the issue of the drugs, yes, we are still waiting for the government to tell us exactly who are those people beyond the $19.2 million worth of drugs into Liberia, or in fact, our living Liberia rather. And there are so many concerns. Liberians want to know who are those people that behind the drugs cartel, and so forth. Even though there are several people of interest, names, or in fact, that were called on by the Ministry of Justice, but up to now, there are no arrests been made. Nothing yet. So Liberians, they are eager. They want to know. Even some government officials, to include Senator Dallas, also most of them, they are feeling frustrated now with the way things are going on today. During their interactions in the House of Senate, is mentioned that the joint security blunder from the beginning up to now, no names, no arrest, and nothing. So we don't know yet as to what we're going to be when it comes to the issue of drugs. And the Ministry of Information, or the Information Minister, headed by Jeremiah Pierre, also said that if any of our citizens out there will have evidence or anything pertaining to the $19.2 million worth of drugs, they should come out on these maybe evidence that they will have, so that they will be able to help the government to quote unquote arrest or persecute those people who will be involved. Yeah. So, and that After that, later on today, Thomas Father Wahala, like we started yesterday, that his interview on the Spoon Network, it was something that the Unity Party, I better say, the speaker, they may not take legally, and today, Representative Debbie Representative Debbie sent out a communication requesting the Deputy Speaker Thomas Farah to apologize or retract his statement, or better still be investigated for his statement against the Speaker, that the Speaker don't understand anything, the Speaker don't know nothing, he's still learning. So I think they see that as an insult to the Speaker or to the House of Representatives. So yes, after later on, few hours or better say minutes, the Deputy Speaker have to apologize to the body, saying that in fact he retract his statement and he's still having good relationship with his speaker, or with the speaker, with the boss. Yeah, so far, my dear brother and our people who are listening, this and who are also following, these are some of the happening back home, even though we have other things that we'll part with. But so far, these are some of the major happening back home. As we go along with the show and other information, we will inform our people about some of the happening of the day. Well, Ali, so far so good.
Thank you, Mabon. It's glad to be here today. Yep, SKTV. Okay, the link is already in the chat room. Yes, I wanted to say if we share it with Mr. Dishi and other. Yes, it's glad to be here. Oh, the issue is starting with Thomas Fala, because they just issue. This is something that no matter what the government do, we will continue talking about the drugs, and it will resonate well in the brains, the soul, the body of Mouth, Wata, and Paflomo Igbo Konjire. They will know that the government that came to fight drugs, the government that came to create jobs. These are the two things the Unity Party. They came to get rid of drugs, they came to create jobs so they could give Liberians a better living, but they have failed on these things. This issue about Thomas Fala, you see, this is why people have to be very careful when they go out there to go and speak. Because more especially, they have made this government in a way that there is no freedom of speech. When you speak, they go after you. Either you retract your statement or they fire you. They go after you. You have to, these two you have to do one. You retry your statement. When you retry your statement, they undermine you, they fire you today. Where is Yeke Koluba? When he spoke on the border issue, today they have expelled him. Up to present, they cannot declare vacancy for his seat because while they did it unconstitutionally, illegally. This is the kind of government we have in Liberia now. Today, Sheikh Kuyate, where is he? You cannot speak in this government. And when they make it, they say, oh yes, this is democracy. There's some freedom of speech. And now you be the deputy speaker to Richie Kun, he's your boss. Even if he doesn't have leadership ability, you don't need to tell us. We have said this thing over and over. Richard don't have no leadership ability. You see how he address even his colleagues. You see how he carry himself out there. This kind of lifestyle, this promiscuous lifestyle, woman business, hanging all on him, the other baby man calling, the other woman calling for child support, the other woman on the side, and he just all over the place. In a decent country, with a serious-minded government, Richard Kun shouldn't have been where he is today. So you came out, you spoke the truth, and everybody know why you said it's nothing but the fight. But because now you don't want them to expel you too from the house, so the truth that you have spoken, you have to like retract it to protect your job. But that is their horse business. It's up to them. You expel Thomas Fala, he remained deputy speaker. For me, it had no impact on the lives of the Liberian people. What is going to make impact on the lives of the Liberian people, that's what matters to me. But like I said, that's the kind of country we have now. If you speak the truth, either they expel you or you go and apologize quickly to protect your job, to prevent extortion.
Yes, wonderful.
Yes,
Thank you. Yes, but I allude to that. I think let's start off with the issue of the information minister
okay.
requesting people to quote unquote bring evidence on the $19.2 million war for drugs. How did we arrive at this point in the first place? So to our people out there, your government, through their spokesperson, they say, any of you out there who have evidence that any government official, they are involved, or they are part of the drugs issue, he says you should carry your evidence to them so that they will be able to persecute or to arrest or to have these people. But are we losing the fights of drugs on the higher level? Because I don't want to calm down, because in fact, even before that, let's start off with even the LD operation. I think there were the videos on the social media, and in fact, they also responded to that video that they are investigating, and they want to know exactly as to who are those people or the LD officer, as to whether they are LD officer. Because if you go back to the press release, they say whether they are LD officer or not. But to have someone or a security officer recording a lady without clothes in the name of maybe allegedly they are involved with drug dealing or so forth. I think that's my first time seeing this. And I'm still wondering as to how, what we are going, what kind of more society are we, I don't know, are we thinking about pushing our people against anything that maybe quote unquote when they get maybe penetrate through the wall, the next thing is to bounce back. The reason I'm saying this, but I come on to my question to you, because once upon a time, I don't know how many of you, like I said before, in the same Africa, I think either in Tunisia or one of the country, somebody had to put fire on themselves, point themselves because of certain behavior. And that thing spark off public reactions until to the extent that the people had to protest for weeks. Even that also have the president also even change. We are pushing our citizens against certain things. We're talking about the $19.2 million war for drugs, where up to now we only have people of interest for the high up. But you running even into the late zero. Nobody saying that don't go and don't do your work, but even recording a lady without clothes. Anyway, Ali, go ahead.
Excuse me. Yeah, thank you, Maybon. The issue here to Gerald make PR, your information minister over there, and people are calling on Bwaka to reshuffle the government, and he need to start from the information ministry, because you can't just misplace people. You put people in a position. They don't know why they are there for. They don't know their function. And we need some sanity. We need some dignity and decency at that ministry to keep people like Jeremy Pierre there who refer to oppositions as empty drum. And the way he carry himself, he showed that he just externalized empty drum head sitting at that ministry, that nothing he had to offer the country. Like I said, and I will continue to say, when President Bwaka is reshuffling his government, they've been listening to what the guy named Luther Tappe and that of the deputy speaker, or Jeremy Pierre Daniel Sando, they need to be with the city mayor to help clean the street of Monrovia. We need people who are competent, who knows the function of that ministry to be there. If you will come out and start saying that the people out there, the common citizen, Watapa, Flomo, that are supposed to be in the market looking for food for their children, they should bring people of evidence. They should bring people that say, oh yeah, this person is connected to the drugs. When they know, they should bring evidence to prove that this person, so that you can prosecute them. I don't really know what's happening to him. You see, we the ones supposed to bring people. We say, oh yeah, Maybon is involved, Aliyu Masale is involved. Yeah, these are evidence to prove that Maybon and Aliyu, they are involved into the $19 million drugs. Then if you want the public to do that, why are you spending money on the NSA? Why they are there for? You people put more money into NSA, National Security Agency. Since June 8 up to present, nothing we are heard to say, oh yes, through NSA investigation, Aliyu Masale is linked to the 19 million or Barry Flomo. We haven't heard that before. Since June 8 up to present, your Liberia National Police, what have they done? You see, to say, oh yes, or through the help of the Liberia National Police, SYZ pressing, they are suspect. Since June 8 up to present, only people of interest, so the other person, they are person of interest, the other person, they are person of interest. There have been no suspect arrested in line with this $19.2 million worth of drug. Then as an information minister who's supposed to be mentally inclined, that know his job, to come and tell people, oh yes, or we asking the public out there, if you know anybody that is linked to these drugs and you have evidence to help the government in carry on the investigation. So this is why when you give people job based on political party affiliation, friendship, and not based on qualification, that an experienced job, that need to be happy to clean Douala, Rail, Freeport, all those areas, those diets in the street. That's the kind of job they need to be doing.
Yeah. So for me, let me be frank, Brother Aliyu. When I saw that lady video last night circulating on the social media, and I was like, wow. You know, yesterday when we came out yesterday with the social aspect, you people were talking about, oh yeah, you know, we got to protect women. For me, that's the one at my time I can protect 100. But then in their own social life where they're a husband or they're a man is will be enjoying themselves, they be doing all kinds of confusion. No. For that side, it's up to them. But when it comes to this kind of behavior, our security, what's going on? Are you guys angry or what? What really is the issue that you will go out there and even you said maybe you have to go and search. You go out there to search for drugs or maybe for something in the home of someone. Even if a person is naked, maybe they were sleeping. Sometimes some people can sleep naked. Maybe she was sleeping and that noise just, get up and she just come out like that. The first thing, even if you're recording as an officer, you stop. If you call immediately and even inform mother, go and wear your clothes. No amount of trust. No. These are some of the things I know you'll get issue because me, I like that security make me friend. The security, they're my best friend. The police, the AFL, the LDA, the immigration. You people are my best friend. I like the security. But the way what I'm seeing now and there, especially coming from the LDA, there are too many arresting of INI people and profiling them in the name while you do your work. Look, we got to stop. We have to stop. And we are doing these things, abandoning the real tabras, allowing the tabras to enjoy all of the life. You think that, for example, I saw one other baby there, one other pregnant woman, rather, there I saw her with, I don't know, it's a opium, and in fact, she was even talking about, oh, I have to sell it so I can survive. They said, I saw some people commenting, oh, yeah, we can go sell water. Even the one that even selling donut, you can buy from them. I'm telling you. So people think why your government official allege that those people who are also involved, why are they not selling water? Why are they not selling water? So if you want to make the law strong, is that how, and most of our laws, we make it strong only on the ordinary people. We are abusing the ordinary people in the name of, the law. We got to protect the law. We got to do this to the law. No, you are not doing the right thing. If there's still law, that's why you see most of your, I'll leave quickly, most of our partners that how to do it. For example, in China, he said China like your partner, but China, what are you president? What are you who? They don't do pick and choose with the law. But when here in Liberia, we do everything here we pick and choose. We will be picking and choosing among people who to deal with, how to handle people's situation, how to deal with them. And it's bad. We're saying these things, Some of the reasons, sometimes there can be chaos, sometimes there can be confusion, sometimes when there are riots, that sometimes when the riot can stop. This is what we're saying now, government. You can be having a huge 19.2 million drugs case on your head. Up to now, no hair, no tape. You still hunting down these people, profiling them, insulting them, abusing them, recording them, and placing it on the social media. It's bad. And I think this is the kind of government that the people voted for. The people voted for better lives, better change of their lives. Even when somebody selling drugs, it is not going to happen. If there are better things doing, like for example, that lady was selling me opium. It is something good going on. It is your wonder, even for ourselves into the most of the people, they know very well that drugs dealing is bad. But because people think that it has fast money, so they have to put themselves into the thing to take risks. So it's bad. So the same way the people up there, they can be bringing the drugs. And when they come, we don't have people of interest. At the end of the day, there is no any other thing, no way they can pass through, they go by themselves. Nobody can arrest them. I think we have to stop harassing most of our people. The best way to go now, let me be frank. One of the LDA boss said, the very ghettos. How can Zogos now increasing? I don't know how many of you, the Zogos rate is now increasing again. Oh.
Yeah, it is good. You telling all about the Zogo rate increasing in the country, because you the one there and we not there. When we say it, they will say you can just sit in America and you want to like destabilize the country. Maybe in any serious manner, the country where there is human right, freedom of speech, like that lady, how people could sue the LDEA. That's the first thing. Well, first of all, we are still waiting on the LDEA to show all the search and seizure warrant that they took to that lady's house to go and search there for drugs. We want to see that, because before you go
so many abuses that happen to our people.
There should be search and seizure warrant that you will carry to the person. Oh yes, or Mr. Kula, yes, this is a search and seizure warrant. We got information that you are into X, Y, and Z. And then you read it whatsoever, you sign it, and then you give them the corridor for them to enter.
Exactly. Thank you, even for Ali for even bringing this out.
Yes.
How the entire seize and seizure warrant, how it can be like. Because the way I can see
this is something that you had to get from the Justice Ministry, everything for them to give it to you. They're the one empowering you. So when you bring it to my house, I had to go through it and know, oh yeah, the Justice Minister's signature is there, LDEA board, police director, all of these things. And I have to sign it. When I sign it now, I have already agreed for you to enter my house to search. And I will just be there now as you're doing your searching and looking at whatsoever you're doing. You see? So we want to see that the LDEA official talk to that lady's house before going in there to go and search. Like you said, Maybon, $19.2 million worth of drugs entered the country. Till today, those people, they said the drugs were in their house, and they agreed that yes, the drugs were in their house. They took it from there and took it to the airport. Their house should be barricaded. It should be a crime scene where we want to see the LDEA going to search their house, try to know as to whether they are drugs in the city or they are other drugs. But since June 8th up to present, that house hasn't been barricaded. There is no search that went on in that house. But just to get intel that, oh yeah, this lady is selling drugs, and you people came there, breaking down her Zing round, wherein she was naked, and you people went and filmed her, public day and put it on social media. Somebody else's wife where she's naked like how she came to this world, somebody else's mother, somebody's daughter, and nothing has been said from the LDEA. So we want to see, why are you people protecting the cartels and going after somebody that's
the question. Ali, that's the $1 million question.
$1.2 billion worth of drugs that had now denigrated the image of our country internationally. We get more to say today. I thought you were about Delta Airline now, about Liberia. There are a lot of things going on. They just issue that people are joking with. It have gone international now. You see, Liberia image have been damaged out there. But you going after somebody there tell you say they selling $10 worth of drug. Why about the person that was exporting $19.2 million worth of drug out of the country? Everywhere they go to Calabash, they go to Sydney, but they put their legs up, they drink their beer, they go home, they did that under air condition. And you after them. But you after somebody that they just tell you. So we're waiting on the LDEA. Let's see the search and seizure warrant that were taken to this lady before entering her premises, breaking it down. They say they're looking for drugs.
Yes, and before we even move forward into the entire drugs issue with the information minister that you already said, Ali, you let me be free, my brother. I think you said something. They are no search and seizure warrant. Look. Why are we not educating our people? What I can really want cry for the way our system look. Things that's supposed to be educated or that's supposed to be on the media, even published on the internet. Because if you don't do that, for example, I saw some kind of uniform. Somebody posted about the vice president security from the graduation day one time, where they all cover their faces like they are, I don't know, eyes or RCE people.
Yeah, like those guys, the eyes. I was thinking when they I never knew that was Liberia till later on. Before I got to know that was Liberia. All I thought was a foreign country, actually.
No, that's wrong. You can't cover your face until when there are major issues, like for example, there's rioting. And you're going out there, you don't want for the people to identify you. No problem. But when the vice president going for graduation, then you dress there somebody going for a walk. No, we got more work to do. We have serious work to do. Because when I saw that photo, somebody posted that photo, I was like, I zoomed the photo to make sure. But we're gonna problem here. So if you start to have security in that form and manner, where security they will now be hiding their faces, that programming make them up. Then you have somebody doing search and seizure warrant or carrying search and seizure warrant on somewhere. Even how we are able to identify with that kind of country now, where what we could call. Somebody come to my house and just do anything to me, they probably have masks on. The only thing I seen there, I'm not seeing LDEA, or maybe I see not like National Police. It's finished. How we are even communicate that to people or maybe properly? How? I think we're in serious trouble. Let me be frank. Some of you who are listening, the vice president, when he went for the UMU, the Cottington, right? Yes, in the Cottington University, if I graduate, or in fact graduation, they go time. You were there, they go time. In fact, I think you were the keynote speaker, right? Yes. The security around the VP not dressed well. We don't need any kind of security. You can only dress like that, for example, the way the June 7 protest, or the way STEM, they can be having a protest. That won't another issue. When they protest, you can dress like that. Because you don't want for anybody to make you up tomorrow just in case for anything. But not wear on a normal basic day. Quiet day, then you dress just a ninja. That program make you up. Hey, no, Ali, we're in trouble. So
you guys are in serious trouble. You guys are in serious trouble in that.
So the LDA,
serious trouble.
You have to tell us who are those agents that went to that people and arrest them, or in fact videotape, or in fact where is the lady up to that? We want to get. In fact, we will be checking to know where is that lady, because you're going to tell us. You see how sometimes just simple thing can cause other people life, trouble, and so forth. You have that lily of videos or video been trending. People now have it in their phones. This is internet. Any little thing that you post, it come.
Yes, maybe or that lady, like you said, or this thing, it has some psychological effect on the human mind of a mother for your video to be out there. Even if that lady was selling drugs, the LDEA has no right to go to her house and film her while she's being naked. We know selling drugs is a crime. Yeah, she shouldn't have. Even if it is true now, if it is proven that yes, that she was selling drugs, you have no right. Such a video, you will take it to your bosses, and you can even say expose it. You see, now people know how to do some cutting and thing. You can cut some part where you went to do your work. But in the first place, like I said, that lady, if we had a serious minded country that people's rights are respected, she can sue the LDEA. See how they broke down her place. If you breaking that woman's zero down, if you see her, you fighting drugs, you want to get rid of drugs, you breaking your zero down. What the hell that you got a Peter or Porking, their horse is standing now? If the LDEA is fighting drugs to break down people's horses because they're supposed to sell drugs in the country, but you get somebody that using their horse as a drugs hub where they will bring in drugs and then they take it from there and exporting it and bringing that had damaged the image of Liberia. If you're breaking people's houses down for drugs, I think that horse should be down by now. Why everything about this government is being done selectively and not holistically? Why? Peter and Paul King horse should be down now. Saying you're breaking down people's zero because they're selling drugs. Then that horse should be down. Oh, welcome Lofa, welcome Mr. Corner, welcome Mr. Dishi. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Ali.
Yeah, Lofa,
Mr. Corner, you
welcome. Yes, Mr. Dishu, good evening. Good afternoon to all of you. Welcome.
Good evening, guys. Thanks for holding the ground down. Great to be on. As usual, I've been following the show from the back, but sometimes it's kind of difficult to jump in when you're on the farm. The minute you put the machete down, the birds start coming. You got to run back. It's kind of hard for us to really keep up with it. Yeah, when you're on the farm, but either way, every opportunity we have to be a part of the conversation, we will kind of jump in here and there and contribute to it. Listening, you guys are talking about this issue of the drugs. Let me highlight one thing that I know for a fact. UP pride themselves in propaganda. All right. I really wish they would pride themselves in governance as well. For a group of people, surrogates or government officials who will openly admit to the fact that they are so good or they were so good at propaganda to now be given the opportunity to govern, and then unfortunately they are feeling as miserably as they are today. It makes me to wonder, okay, did you all think that the entire process of governing would have been propaganda? You can lie your way to, but you may not be able to lie your way through. Okay? Because at some point in time, people will start to evaluate your activities. Common example is the issue of the Delta, the Delta cargo ban on Liberia. They are not initially. Mo Ali allegedly said it's AI. It was AI generated. Then somebody else came up and said it's a lie. No such thing happened. I personally went on Delta Cargo website. Look it up. Yes, we are listed there. And now they're saying, oh, it been in existence. Well, guess what, Melbourne? Poverty being in Liberia since 1847, and at that time, Joseph Boyka was still in government. So what does that change about the reality that is in existence? Isn't that why you pledge or you opted to be that person, the president? Isn't that why? It's been 3 years It's been 3 years almost. Shouldn't you have done something so that ban could be lifted? Aren't you supposed to be experienced and you justify things? You always have something to say about it. The other day, again, we were talking about the MCC scorecard. They said, oh, that's an old scorecard. And the worst part about it, they will run to these kids with no practical experience. I mean, real work experience, like of a young man who lazily applied himself the opportunity to leave Liberia and travel abroad. Okay, whether you're in Thailand or wherever you may be residing, you would think that you would pursue something that would hopefully take you through in this modern dispensation. The young man went and doing political science, and now you just say out there all day you have become a content creator, and these are the people that are running propaganda for the UP. Jesus Christ! You mean to say Stanton wasted his money to sentence people? That's a stolen money, so maybe it really is not worthy anyway. But in closing, let me say this here, guys. This government is stealing, and they're stealing right in front of us. There's no doubt about it. Those who are supposed to be the eyes, those who are supposed to be the front runners of this government, those who are supposed to understand it, they don't even understand the purpose of governing. They don't even understand the purpose for which they were brought in. All they know is to serve as consultants. All they know is to take the free money and leave our people in abject poverty. You humiliated a woman, okay? You disgraced that woman. And not only did you do it, all right, amongst you, but you brought her to public ridicule when you have those who are manufacturing drugs, cocaine, in the country. You left them alone. Instead, you are running after just, the little people on the street, and you're trying to flex on them. It's like the guys in the community. The guys in the community who will go after the weaker ones instead of going after the big guys who will actually take them on. They go after the little guys because they feel like they can flex on them. And that's messed up. I never knew President Boycott would feel this miserably. I am so embarrassed of my uncle's performance. I stop at that note.
Wonderful, thank you. Mr. Tishu, what say you? Have a fin. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to all the listeners, and Alio, Lofa, then Ibrahim, good evening, you guys. Look, this is a troubling time for Liberia. This is the first time that I have realized the stage that we have reached to, that recognition in the international community have been actually abused. How can a country founded since 1847 never develop itself, never had no vision for its people, come to, in the latter part of recent history, to be on the list of the international community, stating that we cannot, we have problem with the cargo section, and it's a serious thing. It's a serious thing, and we predicted this before. When this thing first happened, we predicted that it was going to bother the Liberian people in one way or the other. Now it's coming to fruition that we see things happening in our own eyes when we have to predict things ahead of time. It is so sad that the problem that we're having right now is that the time that the government had taken to talk to the Liberian people, gave them some progress report on this particular issue, is that they have been trying to find out who is going to be the person that they're going to put out there. Because yet and still the big hands are not there. Paul King and Peter King cannot import $90 million worth of drugs into this particular country. What we're seeing is that, and what others are saying, they are saying in between the lines. The government wants to use the propaganda right now. What I see is that they're forcing the public to accept that it is Paul King and Peter King that is doing all of this. So you raise the mind that we're still trying to search the source of this particular thing and how long it has been happening, because we realize that the drug cartel will never go to low-grade people. Peter King and Paul King are there, the people that part of this to ship. But the real people are the ones that they're trying to keep Peter King and Paul King from seeing their names. That's where the problem is. They're still having series of meetings to discuss who they're going to point their finger to. Because we all know that there are one or two people that they have not been pointed out yet, and the public is demanding names. And they cannot come up with these names except they all agree upon to pull out. So this is a very, very serious thing, and the international community, we here in Europe, they have taken up another course of this particular case. If we're going to be branded, then I think Brussels Airlines and other airlines coming to us going to be in serious problem. Maybe if we're going to be taking flight from one way and things are not going to Liberia, I mean to say it's going to be another suffering on our people that are traveling, that we have to buy a ticket 2 times. Because Brussels said in our region to Monrovia and they stop you in Ghana, you have to buy another plane ticket to reach to Monrovia. This is the things that we try to let the Liberian people know that how serious this particular case is. It's very, very serious, and the government is still trying to play the tight lips on it because they have key people involved into this. I predicted this thing here, and the security will all been sharing information openly that they should check that Serenian link. Because if that thing was not flown in, then it could be a link coming from Sierra Leone, coming into Liberia through a diplomatic channel, and that link have been dead, and they won't bother because it has been often used and has never been checked out before. So that's a link and a route that they should check out too, because if 40 million ton of cocaine was shipped out of Sierra Leone going into the international water and was seized by the Spanish government, I mean the Spanish Coast Guard, then it tells you a lot. That where the people have the storage of from the West African part. Sierra Leone is heading, I think they're heading that. And it's much easier, we have close relationship with several our diplomats always in and out of there. Presently, we have one or two executives that we know their names are involved in Sierra Leone right now. So these are the things people should check out. After then, I'll be willing to share more discussion on the discussion.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dishu. Mr. Corner, what say you, even though I'll be asking you people as to whether the entire drugs issue is selective? Because I don't know whether we mean serious about fight against drugs, whether we want to fight drugs, or maybe we just want to see few people being punished and the other rest of the people going free. But Mr. Corner, what's up? Everything?
Thank you, Mabel. Good evening to you, and good afternoon to Lofa, my dear brother Dishu and Aliyu. It's great to be here, guys. I've been listening to you people, but it's great to see you all here, and then the input is highly welcome. Look, Mabel, the problem is that Liberia is in some serious trouble. And before I even get started, I just want to encourage those rescue missionaries that come on the platform to be writing and other things. This platform is open to you. Please ask Mabel for the link. They will send it to you for you to come and articulate your government's position. Then to continue to be writing every day, oh, JMB going for 12 years, Blanca going for this and that. Please come here and put your face on your position. Put your face on the place. Having said that, Mabel, the drug issue is a serious problem for this country, and I think like everyone else has stated it, we all are going to be embarrassed, or we are already embarrassed and financially embarrassed and morally embarrassed for this situation, for the failed behavior of the government. Even during the crisis, Mabel, Liberia was not singled out by any other nation that I know of. Why it's true they have some of the leaders and sanctions and other things, but to say that the airline will not fly to the country because of drug-related situation, that never happened. And today, we are faced with that. By the way, I heard Lufa talking about the lives of Mo Ali and others. This is their mode of operandi. Everything that comes unfactually correct, they will tell you it's an AI. Guys, please ask Mo Ali to give all the response of the Nigerian government to Liberia when they wrote the Nigerian government about the pastor. That publication that came out the last time was authentic, and today the government has not given you any other response from the Nigerian government other than that particular publication that got published from the response. But everything that comes when it's factually correct, it will come up with this kind of bogus thing talking about its AI, is so and so forth. I share the link like Lofa stated, I share it in the chat room. Read a whole entire thing about Delta. They're stating that they're not going to do this with your country. It's stated there. It's no AI. But this is the laziness. Lofa, this is the laziness they talk about. They think that everybody just some fool in that place that will not do due diligence on some of those things, will just sit there and they sell all this rubbish that is sold to the country in 2023 that catapulted them to the leadership today, and they had failed dismally, that they will continue to lie to people. Even the man is pissing on your head and telling you it's raining. This is the situation our country is facing. By the time, indeed, the fight for the drug is selective. You have principal people. Assuming that you don't have any other people associated. Why is it that Peter King, the King's brother, are not indicted at this point in time? Why is it that the home is not declared as a crime scene, label, but you go into the zinc shack, you're demolishing the zinc shack, all because of a few load of opinion here and there? So this is selective. And the reason they've been selected because they know the bigger hands that are involved in the situation have the propensity, the proclivity to bring down this government and defeat it badly, so they'll continue to cover up like this. And today, the chickens are coming home to roost. We in the diaspora are going to be seriously hindered by this kind of thing. Because every time we're traveling back and forth in Liberia, what's going to be happening to people? Nobody, they're not the government buying tickets for people to be traveling. You are going to be financially strangulating people, Maybon. So yes, they are selective on it. And trust me, this is going to escalate more than this. Because if Delta started, the next thing other airlines are going to start fighting. And my fear is Brussels in particular. Because where the drugs were designated to be flown on was Brussels. Brussels in particular, I'm just worried that they will not take any decision that will affect, our route over there. But it's great to be here, man, and we are in trouble.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, go ahead, Lofa, because I'll be leaving you guys in 3 minutes from now on. At least so that you can hold on to the next 15 minutes. But also with the minister's statement that people who have evidence, they should come forward, at least and provide the evidence that there are some government, some beings are involved with the drug issue. Are we taking the drug issue
I will not dignify
to another level where
I will not dignify that rubbish from that information ministry, quite honestly. You have all the security apparatus in the country, you have budgetary allocation in the millions. You're not finding people that bring in drugs in your country. They come talk about better boss setup if they get information that should bring it to you. What are you talking about? Is that something maybe for me to waste my time or dignify?
So,
this is diversionary tactics.
That statement right there from Gerald here is like, let me use this analogy. All right, somebody come in your yard and see that your kids are not in school, and they ask you, say, but maybe why the kids not in school? You tell the person, why you can't put them in school? That's right there. That's it right there. That analogy right there. If it doesn't explain anything more to the people on the radio, then I don't know how better to say. Because simply because somebody is concerned, why are your kids not in school? You're trying to be kind of cheeky, as we call it, right? In Liberia, because you give them cheek. That's what he's doing to the people. He's insulting the people intelligence. They will come and give us the information. If that is the case, then Mibon, why are we paying you? We hire you to get a piece of job done, then you tell us to come and do the work for you. Then what's the purpose of you being there?
Yeah.
Who forced you to go born child if you know you couldn't send a child to school? Did that child force you to bring the child on earth? That's the question. Nobody forced you to take the job. You asked for this job. You apply for it. We hire you. So get the job done and shut up and stop the unnecessary pushing around of words, pretending as though you know what you're doing. The entire country is not gullible. Say that and make such a derogatory comment and behave as though you're supposed to be considered an intellectual. No, you're not being an intellectual when you make such statements. You are simply exposing your limitation. But I don't blame a man again. That's what happened when you took an Uber driver and put on me in the front seat.
And this is why I continue President Waka need to send those guys to their fire so they can be happy to clean the street of Monrovia. If we continue giving people job in Liberia because we say political reward is not in heaven, we are not going to have a better country anytime soon. Okay, because this is why you see the Unity Party, they got rid of John Molu when he said we don't have problem with people coming to serve their country, but come with your term of reference, let know your qualification, the job you've been doing, and what are you bringing to the table to change this country. You can just come, oh yeah, I get PhD, I get this and that. Let's see how you got it. What have you, where you at? Let's see your contribution to where you are, what you are doing before we can bring you on board. Then we know that you're coming to bring something to the table to change the country. Or when they got in from LPRC, it was to, I think that's a me I said to be corrected, and other people they went to President Wakai. this guy, he's not part of us. He want to bring this other thing. We can't agree with it. And this is how they keep the John Malu. And this is how you see those bunch of inept and incompetent, irresponsible guys all in Liberia. There's some of them were working on the table in America, and you in Liberia, you working on the table. To tell you the kind of people, if you continue to do this, when are you going to have a better country? You see, what transformation, what impact has Jeremy Pia done to the Ministry of Information or to the Liberian people? What have you done there? 2 years, 6 months now. You see, that is just it. You breaking that woman's zero down when you get a mansion that is tiny where they can bring drugs for them to export out of the country. You can break it down. That place you have been barricaded as a crime scene where nobody is there. But it's standing today, you get Peter King, you get Paul King, Tonel, they go with D Calabash, they go drink that wine and thing, they go home, they put their AC on, the light and enjoy their sleep. But you going after somebody in Zingra. Where is the search and seizure warrant that you took to this lady hall to go and search your place for drugs? You see, the issue about drugs is not being done or holistically in the country. Everything about this government is being done selectively. I don't really know the Unity Party, what they really offering the Liberian people. And when we take our time to sit here and discuss what is happening in the country, see those clowns, those chicken brains, then they will be in the comment section. But Mr. Corner, don't be paying attention to those mental patients. These are not sound people, because if you claim to love Liberia, you support a government that should have come to change the wrong of the previous administration, and they are doing worse. You should be able to speak out so they can do the right thing, that you will be proud to say, oh yes, this is what I voted for, my government can listen to me. But when we come here and then you see those beheaded chickens in the comment section, don't pay attention to them, because nobody that is mentally inclined can be here rectify the nonsense. So don't pay attention to this kind of people. You see.
The thing about it, I'm not really dignifying. My thing is that if you think your government is doing the right thing,
like now,
ask for the link.
the city, Mr. Dishu, we are talking here now. Brussels Airline is, I think, that the only direct flight. Delta stopped going Liberia since 2014. Delta only I went on them before. You stop to Ghana, you will get on Kenya Airway, or you get on Asia, any other airline to reach to Liberia. You see, and if Delta can start this now, who know Brussels Airline that this government have been using to export drugs, because the records are there. It is not their first time. They've been doing it. Why if Brussels say we are no longer going to Liberia? You know what's going to happen to us? These are things that you who love the country, the government you support, it should be concerning to you now. You see? But that's it, Mr. Connie.
There are two main sides to a political crime. One that is committed against the state, and the other one that is committed by the state against the people. And I believe what the state is doing against the people right now is a crime. You got a 19 million plus drug bust in your country. You have all the authorities that are supposed to be investigating the case. They are on top of it. And going to 1 month, the public got more information than the investigators. How can that be possible? I do not understand this particular game that they play, that they believe that everybody that is around are blind towards what they're doing. This is a typical example of being very much arrogant. These guys believe that whatever they tell the Liberian people or let the world know is in reality, which is a big lie. The government has contradicted itself so many times. We have heard and we have seen the contradictions that have been happening. The drug business here, they're trying to level it to a point that they will have 1 or 2 persons that they're going to point fingers to, and the sources will still be operating from that cartel point of who is in charge. I don't know why they're afraid to let the Liberian people know that they're going to go further because they're hearing some names and they want to actually investigate to find out whether these names are real or whether these people are actually involved. Let them let us know and do a progress report after that. But the initial report that have been stated, all the information that have been given from the initial report have been from the ordinary people, the news media, and other people. It had never come from the security of the government. The government got all the initial report, the progress report now to give to us of what they had done. They still delay, having it been delayed. I don't understand. So we will come out with our own thoughts about how we feel about this. How I feel about this is that they're trying to hire some big people here. They're still trying to come to a compromise to decide whether only Paul and Peter will be the one that they're going to throw out there, or whatever Peter and Paul tells them that we're going to have a leverage. Let me call one or two other people that were in the government that brought these things out and give only the contract to us to have these things shipped. That's where the problem is. So the investigation is in a web that people try to find themselves out of it. The government is taking this long because they have key people involved into this. And how to get them out of this web is what they're trying to solve. And it's going almost 1 month. And the demand for the public is getting very serious. They have to do something about this. They have to. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Dishu, the problem, this government, they are very irresponsible and reckless. And they are not going to take Liberia anyway. Because this is a government that came to power. And they said the previous administration, George Weah were bringing drugs into the country. Or Finabono were bringing drugs into the country. Or Jefferson Koji. These are the three people in the CDC administration that were bringing drugs into the country. Today, George Weah is not in power. He don't have power and access to the seaport, to the airport, and all of these things. Where are the drugs coming from? You saw the moment the government took over, their LDEA officials, Fadiga, Abel Kroma, in 3 to 4 months, and now that new drugs have entered the country. Where did they come from? And I would tell people all the time, you cannot politicize the issue of drugs, because this is America, the greatest country in the world. You and I know where you are. Just enter this country every day, through the airport, through the tunnel, and everywhere. To get rid of the cartel is not easy. Those people, they are billionaires. It's not easy. All you can do is to fight, to protect your border and other places, to see what you can do. $500 million worth of drugs came to the country under Eddie and Baka administration. During Taylor time, we only knew about opium grass that people used to be smoking again as things since. It was under their administration we start having Zogo now. Because the kind of drugs they started bringing into the country, we started seeing Zogo. It was under their 12 years leadership. Under their administration, just imagine the presidential convoy were arrested with drugs in it. Even your president today, Joseph Waka convoy, why did he say drugs can be used for recreation purposes? Do we have places in Liberia that people need drugs that in America here they will say, oh yeah, due to your medical condition, you need to be smoking weed and things. Do we have such a thing happening in Liberia? Hell no. Those people were the ones that brought drugs into that country today. And they are in power, they continue the same thing. So to tell you that even during the George Weah administration, these people were the ones bringing in drugs into the country, because we are say one Liberia, I'm not a president for CDC or for certain type of people. Let any official remain in my government. Let put the interests of the country forward and see how we can develop this country. And they continue doing the same thing they were doing in her culture with them today. To see a country or government that came to fight drugs, Mr. Dishi, the first thing you will do when you take over, we will start to see rehabilitation center across the country. All in Mosoralo, Bomi, Cape, all of these places, because while you say you came to fight drugs, But since the government took over, this is 2 years, 6 months, one rehabilitation center they haven't put down. Then they show one person that they had taken from the street, rehabilitated, and made them to be useful in society. A government who came to fight drugs, to make the useful citizen to be better, to take them off the street. These are things we're going to be seeing happening. But instead, they establish a drugs cartel. People are there importing and exporting drugs, and then PR is saying that you people are the one that open corridor for speculations. If the government was sincere and transparent enough since this thing happened for people to be arrested instead of shooting people and be hiding people, nobody could have been talking all of these things today. Like when during George Weah administration, the $100 million war for drugs that were coming to the country, the American government say people want to use your country as a transit point. They are coming with drugs to take it from your country to carry to the final destination. So you need to work along with us. And we already know those people involved. And they work along with the American government. The moment that drug got to the port, it was arrested, and those people were arrested right there. Whether they went free or not, but for the fact that they were able to work with the government. Today, you breaking somebody's Zinran, naked them, all on social media is there. Why? How did the drugs enter the port? Who was the shipper for that $19 million? More than 19 million, because the first consignment that left the country on Brussels Airlines. So who was the shipper? Who shipped the drugs to the country? Who was the consignee? Who received the drugs? Who went and took that drugs from the port? So all of these things today, you can tell, or then you saying that you to carry on the investigation. If you want the public to help you, why are you paying NSA? All the money that going to NSA, the Liberia National Police, since then, but now we should hear say, oh yeah, through the help of NSA, they are underground work and thing. These are people, these are suspects to the drugs case. Nothing like that. Then you asking the public to come and help you. Generally, the PR, you people, it is a shame and disgrace. I don't know how some of you people got your education.
Alio, you know what happened? Why he asking the public to say that? Because remember, on the interview with Thomas Farah, Spoon asked a second question. And these are some of the things that people don't want to be real. Spoon and Martin Curry, I believe, they're running a propaganda scheme also. You're running a propaganda scheme because you're only talking about Paul and Peter King. The international community not interested in Paul and Peter King. The international community were interested in the source and the root, the different routes that this thing is being passed to go to Europe and elsewhere. That's what they're interested in. And the Liberian investigators are making the people confused and only talking about needs and people of interest and all of that. What they fail to realize is that the international community is making their own report. The observation about what is happening and all of these things here, they're making a report about it. I don't believe that we should be able to continue this, because this is a time that we should all rally around the cause and try to see how we can solve this particular problem as a country and not as political parties. Because they turn the thing politically and they have embarrassed the decisions of the government in coming out and how to do things correct. Everybody is protecting their own. Because whatever is done within the executive right now, everything is being classified, no news are being put out, and I think it's that off, So they're trying to find a link and they're trying to force people. If they're telling people if they have information, you come and tell us, that means to say the government has no other means in going further into this investigation, and they're waiting for people to bring out names for them, then it's a dead issue. It's a dead issue. That's all I have to say for now. Move on. Thank you.
Wonderful. That's great. Mr. Aliu, And that in fact, Brother Alio and that Mr. Dishu, thanks to all of you for holding on. At least we can now move on with Thomas Father, since we already talked a little bit about the issue of the drugs wahala. Up to now, we haven't yet getting any clue about who bringing the drugs. And people are saying that the cartel is very strong. Sometimes if you're not careful, the cartel can do anything, and that's true. Some of you out there today who are listening, drug business, that's small thing. Let me tell you today. I just the other zing around people there, our LD people can be other than strong body cartel. They're not easy to fight. They're not easy to just tear them because in fact, I want to even ask but I'll leave this question. Are we seeing the maybe the drugs enforcement operation or the arm on our side in the US reading the way we really because for me what I've been seeing here is in fact I've been seeing on our side rather is Donald Trump allow the people to be launching or in fact to be bumping the boat, the ship or the canoe or what you may call bringing the drugs. But now we are seeing them like that the way we are mostly focused on the veterans and the people that are bringing the drugs. I don't want to grab something from you quickly. So what are the behavior here? Are the same behavior on our side?
Make one like for here when it comes to the drugs issue. Like 2 days ago, I was driving and those people they got intel on a house where they noticed that some people came in with drugs and were in our house. And they surrounded our whole place. The people they not after to see right now when you just go across the street there, you see the men standing there, they smoking this and that. They're not after the consumer. They after the cartel, the importer, those people that are bringing the drugs in the country. These are the people here, the people they are after. They're not after those people then that are going to buy a be smoking in Labrador, they'll garden that they can go to the ghetto, they grab them, they carry them. Do they ask them who selling the drugs to you? They will not see them. So you have to play your intelligence to go after the cartel, the people that are bringing the drugs to give it to these people. These are the people here, the people go after. They're not after the consumer. Because if you grab me, and they were bringing it, maybe when I sell it to you, you will not smoke it.
No.
So when you get those people that are bringing it, then you will be able to crack that. So
it just make a selling point.
They don't go after the consumer.
Okay, that's why I really, really want to know because all of you who on that side, you can tell us too. Yes, you can tell us some of your own experience because, like Alice said, it's true. If these people are not bringing in the drugs and distributing the drugs to even our hungry youth already who are not even into anything, who not doing nothing. What kind of youth that wasted and waste their time beyond $75, $100 that, for example, go and work around the president's home or maybe go to the president's house, then the president old after 3 months, he can pay. What kind of youth?
Yes.
So let me free, let me fair enough to even to everything that will be saying yeah. What kind of young person that will be wasting their time and energy and say, okay, let me go and work for the president. Then after working for the president, then it take 3 months. You have to go and protest. Even before even getting your money. No.
Yeah, maybe on the last time was saying the same thing, yeah, when my brother-in-law called who sick, and you said the same thing. How will people be working 2-3 months and you are not paying them? They say the government has created job. Even $50 job, somebody working for $50, government cannot pay you 2-3 months. They say jobs are out there, the youth don't want to work. Those that are working for $50, 2-3 months, they can't pay them. So why we encourage the other men to go there? If even the people that are working for $50, they're getting that $50 per month, other people will be encouraged to go there. But people
so
working
like
for $50, they have to work 3-4 months, they can't get paid. Why would encourage me to go there? You see?
So like you are saying quickly, the reason why I was asking this question is because sometimes almost all of our things we do it like American way. Even most of our ministers here, they come from NASA. At the end of the day, we do things on the contrary, 100%. We make the law to be like it's just about friendship, it's just about who know your business, and that's it. The layman down the line who already is the victim, that layman now will feel all of the weight, all of the insult, everything will go against. In fact, he should respect the law. If you don't respect the law, you jail him. You know, and I'm sensing like Ali, we are still into, in fact, slavery. That different what people, those of you who are listening this afternoon, if you see our entire governance system, it's like we are into slavery. And that's true. Some of you just watch things. Go to the various depots, go to the various police stations, and see the way things are going on, the way things happening. Tells you that we are still into slavery. So if the LDA will come down to the victim, arresting them in the name of they are this and that, they are the one that taking in the drug, they are the one that doing that, they are the one that doing that, but leaving the real group of people who are importing and exporting the cocaine, exporting the drugs. You leave them because they are strong, they are cartel. So I was asking as to whether excuse me, so that's why I was asking as to whether in the US, because I'm perceiving in fact I've been watching a couple of videos from the US. Even you will see the same local behavior. You will see it, but I don't see people arresting them and doing. Oh, no. All Donald Trump is doing is, as soon as you see the boat or the canoe or the ship, and you know that the drugs, in front are coming, just bumping.
Maybe here in Europe, just what Adil said. Here in Europe, just imagine Brussels is our port, Antwerp port is new, almost called the narco port, you know. So there's a lot of drugs around. But what I see how mature the people are in this particular country is that if they see a group of people smoking, they think they're not going there to go and be arrested like how we're doing like drugs. You see the people supposed to go and arrest them. The people want the source. If they see a group of people smoking in a particular area all the time, what they're going to do is that they're going to plant an intelligence there. Sometime in that particular setting to find out who bringing it to that particular group for them to be smoking. They should use the victims right now to get further information on the dealers who gave it to them. But they fail to do that because they're getting cut from the dealers. So when they cut these guys, they fighting them, you know, they have no way of talking or expressing themselves, and they put them in jail and blah, blah, blah. And these are what is happening in Europe. So yeah, in Europe, it's completely different. The people have...
And Mr. Addition to that, because the reason why people fought war, for example, because maybe they get supplies. They get arm and other ammunition. So at the end of the day, they will continue to fight. But when nobody giving their arm and ammunition, how would they fight?
Exactly so.
How would they fight?
Stop the source of the arm and ammunition.
Yes, and this is
stop the source of the arm and ammunition. They're not going to capture. Look at the people who
telling you, man, how would you make it so difficult?
In the drug business I'm talking about, the people do not want to go to the source and the root of this particular thing. They're catching individuals to blindfold the international community. Oh, that's somebody. And not the people the international community is looking for. They're not looking for Peter and Paul. They're looking for the source and the roots that have been taken on this particular drug thing. Yeah.
And the question you were asking, you see people who are bumping those boats and things. Like I said, you go after the cartel who are bringing the drugs. So if you see President Trump deploy people overseas to be bumping those cartels, they are both they using and other things to bring drugs to the country. That's all you can do. Like Mr. Dishu said, in this country, when the people see that every night then those guys they are here smoking, when you pass in here, you see something that's cynical hanking on the land.
Oh yes,
that's a drugs area there. These are the signs that you should know that they selling drugs. So why they will do sometimes, they will go to somebody, that person will disguise themselves, they come over there, they do it there so they can grab the main person that's selling the drugs to that people. So when they grab you, nobody will be on that black again because the men that were selling it to you. So that's how they go about doing it. They go and people.
They kill you sharp.
Okay. Like for example, start on with a spoon. Just an example, when the people got the intel on him about him selling fake nursing degree, while they did, they planted somebody, the person too went as student. You see, this is how the people can do that intelligent. That person went
I
and
like
stood
about
in the
America to
system, they
admit.
got all the information, and they were able to grab him. This is how the
They,
people behave. So
they,
that the
they,
people doing Liberia, you're just going breaking down. Like you said, the Zogos are getting so many in the country. Why are they getting so many? Like I said, if Waka came to fight drugs, we should have seen more than thousands of rehabilitation centers across the country. When you take the men from the ghetto, you carry them to rehabilitation center. From there, you carry them somewhere to some kind of vocational school. From there, you find something for them to do. But now 2 years says, but you know how many people you are taking from the street and make them to be useful. Let him show one person he have done that too. So by you going breaking down the ghetto, putting them in jail or just leaving them to be loose, you are not doing nothing. You are not fighting drugs. You see what is happening today. $19 million worth of drugs in the country. Those people who agree that yeah, the drug were in their horses, they are sleeping under air condition. But just to get information that the old lady is selling drugs, you went and broke down her house. Are you fighting drugs selectively or holistically? Then you telling us that we should come and help in the fight of drugs. If we know the people then are tied to the $19 million drug, we should bring evidence to help the government. Are you in your right mind? You want me to help the government? Then you should pay me. Stop putting the money to NSA. That's the way they're supposed to do. The LDEA, the Liberia National Police. But now they should be able to tell all people of the suspect. But send the 8th of June up to present, then you call it on the public to come and help you. Are you in your right mind, PR? Stop doing
so quickly, maybe before we talk about Thomas Father and transition and take course, so quickly, for me, it's like we are not serious in moving forward or maybe in fighting drugs. It's like maybe we want to use the drugs things maybe maybe the politicians and they see like, okay, send the people that say they are now no more into the rest business. Maybe they are now doing rest riot. They are now too many, no attention anymore about rest. So maybe that just allow the other one to be happy in the way going. Because for me, I see it. Because if you serious, like we're too small for most of the things that we are going through today. If we're serious in this country, the first thing is we got to have more manpower and make sure that all of our borders are all in tight. Well, where you lead entertainment budget for speaker, for the video speaker, for the president, I can't remember, for president and so forth. And at the end of the day, the people who you think that you want to serve, they become the victim. Now, how can these people continue to change government just because they are like they who are not being touched? You continue to play the political games. Most of our security apparatus, see them, most of them, they are all politicians. They are all politicians. You see me tell you today. Most of the guys see that, so don't mind them. They are all politicians. They do nobody that was posted about instead of us saying working at the will and pleasure of Liberia, but we are working at the will and pleasure of people. So at the end of the day, the fewer individuals, by the time they leave from power, the whole country be empty. The country just turn like some kind of a loose area where if people be asking us, so there was no president here or what? I'm telling you, because after election, some people can be thinking, or maybe when new president come to power, people can be thinking as to whether maybe there was government before or not. Because see the way we are behaving, see the way we are even going out with things. No setup is improving. No setup, because at the end of the day, everybody is a politician. Everybody want to be politician. See them, everybody do politics. So
the just case, like I always said, the just case will be like the alleged rape case of Brian McGill. We know in Liberia, the moment they say this person get dropped, bam, you will be behind bar while they carry on investigation. In Liberia, the moment they say the person rape, you will be behind bar where they carry on investigation. When the allegation of rape came on Brian McGill, Gregory Coleman was his lawyer, telling the Liberian people we had to call the American embassy. We need to do forensic. We need to do DNA. You can't just talk about rape people because he was one of them. At the end of the day, his certificate that he walk free. They just issue when the job issue become a national security issue in Liberia. The moment it happened, they say it was a national security issue. They can't call the name of people. You see, up to today, people who the judges were in their houses, they are passing around. These are some of the things you people say George we are bringing in George. Just we were not rehabilitating people in the country. He was bringing drugs. He didn't build rehabilitation center. He didn't rehabilitate nobody. He was destroying the youth. This is why you came to change. Why have you changed? Just we were not building rehabilitation center. He was just bringing drugs and spoiling the youth. You who came now to get rid of drugs, to rehabilitate the youth and make them to be useful, what have you done? This is the question we ask the people. If you say we are not doing this and you came to change it 2 years, 6 months, one person you are not rehabilitated, one rehabilitation center you have done your bill. George, we are couldn't do it. He was just there destroying the people and you came to save them. What is the change? What have you done?
Well, that's good. Quickly, please. Let's look at the little time. I think we can just pass through quickly with the Thomas Father issue. Mr. Tishu, what say you? Has Thomas Father fallen short with the ruling government because his hope is within the president? And for all indications, what's happening now, I think the Unity Party officials or maybe the advocate of the Unity Party, they may not be happy with his statements that he made quite recently on the Spoon Network. And even talk about his boss, the speaker, that the speaker knows nothing and he's still learning and he's still making a lot of mistakes, and which of course they have to summon him or in fact request for him to be investigated or send in an apology, which of course he did. But what saying, Mr. Tishu, quickly in passing, and let's just use 1 minute of our time each and be able to go to the line to interact with our people.
This is the pattern of the Unity Party. You have not noticed it? This is the pattern of the people. What the people have been trying to get is that anybody, a dissident to them, they will try to get you out of their way. Now, Thomas Farah claimed to be the man who's coming to put up the movement to have the president campaign in a more progressive way. Unity Party have been a threat of the movement ever since this boy started it. Now, they have been looking for something, some point to catch him on. And they have not had any yet until quite recently on Spoon Show when he made the remark about the leadership of the Speaker Coon. Know very well that Speaker Coon himself have within the setting there his own propagandists. Even a Coon accept what Thomas Farah said, but his own boys are behind him, pushing it up. My man, the thing the man said, you know we have a rule already, and it will continue this. This man here will seek power over you. He will get more influence and all of that. Your petty grade kind of thinking. That's how the boys are operating, controlling a whole country like Liberia, with a lot of academias and other people of high standard statewide. This is embarrassing. Those boys know that group of grown-up boys during our time. I will look at them as a group of grown-up boys, you know, because you can tell them there that they have no integrity and they don't have the character to be anybody's representative. So we're in a big mess, a total big mess. And I told you like before, there's 3 governments within this one. The UP government, the rescue government, and the other people. And I said it before, and this is exactly what is happening. Let me hear from Abraham.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dishu. Abi, what say you, my brother?
Thank you, man. Listen, Mabon, except you are politically naive in Liberia to understand where the landing of Thomas Fala would take place. Thomas Fala's ambition has started stepping on a lot of toes pretty soon. And for me, all of these fallouts are not surprising to me. I envision that indeed it will happen this way. Here's the thing. The statement by Francis Nimale, or hardcore Unity Party person, and The statement by the former chairman of Unity Party, Wilmer Page, did not just happen in the vacuum. These are statements that is being discussed in the corridor of Unity Party. And they are seeing Thomas Fowler as a threat. And Thomas Fowler is like he's literally functioning their mindset right now. Take for instance, if Thomas Fowler would start to go after the lives of Clarence Massacre, the finance minister Gaffouin, and other people, just to be in the good graces of President Boakai, trust me, Unity Party will not take it lightly. The Unity Party is its existence is being threatened by whatever Thomas Fowler is doing. And they keep asking the question and say, but if you think that you want to support Unity Party, why can't he join the Unity Party? And he has emphatically said that he will not do it. His only goal is to support Boakai. But yeah, you are supporting Boakai, but you are going after all of the hardcore Unity Party people. You are verbalizing you are verbalizing things and you are attacking their integrity on issues. You think they're going to allow that to sail on? But maybe I would not be surprised if pretty soon they start to fight Thomas Fowler to remove him as deputy speaker. I won't be surprised about that because they will want to do any and everything to clip his wings. So the statement he made, I mean, that statement made, want to close on that statement, I think, in my opinion, I think it was a little bit off the curve, especially to come public.
But it creating, follow up quickly, is it creating more problem? Is it creating more problem than solving the already situation that the Unity Party is already in? So many things happening around them, and they're thinking that maybe they are the best. They could solve the real problem, but to see them struggling the way they are struggling, and to see Thomas Fowler coming to add more insult, for example, saying that people planning to contest, some of them they want to be president, they want to be representative and senator. Is that a serious embarrassment?
Yeah, well, the thing about it is that maybe you got to understand, among the Liberians, on all the platforms, you hear over and over people question the intelligence and the leadership capability of Richard Coons. The competence, people have questioned it in the corridor on the public stage. Now, if you have a deputy speaker that works for him, and he comes to literally function or state the same thing that people have been stating, it elevates that conversation to another level because somebody it become a character witness now. Thomas Fowler has become a character witness for Jeremiah Coons' performance at the legislative branch of government. So people will have to run with that. They say, oh yeah, well, we told you before that didn't know that capable of this job. You see why the deputy is saying about him? So all of those things, it just elevates the skepticism and all of the speculation that are being going on through among the Liberians, Labour. And with regards to the situation that people working, Waka stated this thing before, but yesterday, what have he done about it? People got their political ambitions. People get their political ambition, and yesterday they stated that they want to do it. So it's like, oh, if you want to be something, you must provide you. You Braka, you told the people if they want to be thinking about 2009 election.
If they want to contest, yes.
But maybe to close on this, Braka got up and went to some program that was there. The aim of that organization is to promote him for 2009. He Braka went there. He didn't go there alone. He went there with government officials. So now, why you will be the one telling the people if you're talking about 2029? Then forget about my government. But you got it and went to a program that is talking about you supporting you 2029 re-election. So you can't be talking to
all right. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Brother AB. Let's go to the line to hear from our people. 0770-203125. Yeah.
Okay, it was nice being here, my man. So, Mr. Conan, Mr. Dishu, Lofa, even though you already left, and our listening audience, if I will see you guys tomorrow. So, yep.
All right,
thank you. Thank you, my dear brother. We see you again by the grace of God. Hello to this first caller. Good evening.
Yeah, James here calling from Grand Battle.
Yeah, go ahead, James.
You see, the pastor from Nigeria, the minister, they have confused people. See, or look at that whole situation when they go, they didn't know what they're doing. So all that thing is so confusing they're doing. Causing one another, acting with one another. Let's talk about the trust. You see the trust issue? The trust issue, government know about the trust. The government know about the trust, now call the person of everyone said. So they tell you that no security in the country yet. The security is there for the ghetto, the small ghetto, that's what the security is there for. It's there for the rest of the people. They just there to do drug business. What kind of country you will see the arrest people? Then you can see the mean person has been thousands of millions of drugs in Liberia. They can see them. That the business for doing and they doing all that business. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother from Grand Bassa County. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Raymond, and the panelists on the show. I'm Abby Johnson, calling from Chukuru District number 4, the chairperson for the Concern Library for Justice. You see, the government and the official, they are not serious because the first thing president go in a cabinet meeting, he talk about campaign building. He try to threaten people that got ambition, but when people want support, yes, ambition, then he go there for that rally. But when somebody, when you hear that Jeremiah won't be president, then when they go in cabinet meeting, he threaten Jeremiah. But that Jeremiah will be threatening. So Jeremiah go to small governments finance it. I mean, you know what you do for our party, but we started in the name of supporting Waka. So they put their party together. He said the president Lura Limo for Jeremiah Tomon Fala. He know that too many go against it 2029. So he's seeing it. That's why he's seeing it. We all humanly talking about dog cat. Humanly we're not talking about CDC. Humanly we're talking about if you show you with us, join us. But don't go for party where you and Jeremiah will be running on the side in the name of you supporting Unity Party, but you're already vote for your own party already. He's not there.
All right, thank you.
To conclude 30 seconds, he stopped there. He come back and attack the president Darling Ball, which is the speaker on a live camera on School FM, trying to attack all the ministers in California already to put them in one box to say the president need to change them. They are not working. So the mayor is trying to drag the government because you don't want to have people to say, oh, yeah, with the government. So when you make Jeremiah go pay for the party to say, because of that reason, the president not firing for our local for our own party.
All right, thank you. Thank you, my dear brother. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yes, but go ahead.
Thank you very much. This is the Common Board channel. My name is P1P Willie, and I represent the Concern Library for Justice. Neighbor, what I come up and I say, wow. You can say, wow. What I say, wow. What I mean is do wow. Whether you want to raise the phone woman and I want to account for what you do, this distraction. While we are up to now, Liberia, we want to know what happened about 19 million jobs. How many jobs came to the country? What a 500 million. Because a particular one was a plateau. Now, for a particular, locality, the whole sum of this job, now how much? Let me stop cherry picking. It's not more money. Going to zero, watching it. It's more and now they declare fancy. Why injustice, inequality? This society has become a society that is for equal under the president. For what? Why are you cherry picking? You say you find out just someone you're not declaring a fancy, but now that either or poor or whatever, one should be declared a fancy. And that area should be guided by national or security. But nothing of that is done. But if you let people who look at things, they are not importer. You let the importer on the road, the party around. Because they're helping you. Then they put it again, the president just deal. The president is the head of the just cartel. The guy is just deal there. Now somebody will come to the airport. That one of them or dominant for local country. That is how the country is running.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening.
Thank you. Let me say good evening to our panelists. This is Ed Moka, Concern Librarian for Justice. We told Tamafala that he was in a difficult situation, and despite some of the things he said, it's not anything new, but he needed to be careful what he said about his colleagues, the speaker. In my mind, some of the statements that he made against the speaker, it was somehow demeaning. Because when you say the man need to be given time to grow, the man need to improve, you are saying to the world and the Liberian people that that speaker is in act, he's not qualified. When you go, you say academic experience is different from leadership. You are also telling us that Richard Kun lack leadership ability. When you go, you say, you know, improve on some of the attitude. Why some of the attitude? They play the girlfriend business. Someone is telling Richard Kun that you need to improve on some of their action. So he has found himself in a mess, and that what he subscribed to, and he going to pay for it because they are the only party guy been looking for a way to get Atomo Father. And praise be to God that he has spoken himself. They are going to use this against him, making sure that they bring it down. I don't care what he do. Go to Fabla. If Fabla want to protest for just good, then he rather he unity party people. So I'm going to be saying, oh, people then will come out to protest, and you come out to say anything, will join the people to protest. No, tell your government, we campaign against the CDC government for cocaine. Now we are exporting cocaine out of our country. 2-3 weeks, we have not heard anything from you as a government. Being your senator that representing United Party, we want to hear from you because our image has been dragged in the neck. Come up and speak up.
All right. Thank you, my dear brother. Let's take our David Samuel. Go evening, my brother. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is our David Samuel from the legacy of almost the day. We are all of you that match. Proud member of concern like friends of just labor. The whole drug issue that we're talking about in this country is one that really making me concerned. Is why instead of the LDA is fire in its one thing. The LDA board is the one called with the responsibility to release issues pertaining to drugs in Nigerian people. Where have we reached this 19 million that are blocking that now LDA is quiet people? This man went before the House of Senate for confirmation. He proved to the court that we are qualified to release the Nigerian people to fight this drug issue in this country. But where have we been quiet? Never guy is coming. They have never started organization in this country. But I want to believe with everything and virtue. One day they will say they take it for LDA to come. But they are failure to relate the issue to the Nigerian people. All the other people that are getting information, they are not going with the authority. When it's just a minister day, just a minister is not the one that went to the House of Senate for confirmation.
Well, it's a joint security issue now, so one person can talk. It's a joint security issue. So, and the joint security is a justice minister, my young man. Well, thank you. That was the devil didn't say that the blunder. Oh, I don't know where that statement comes from. But today's caller, good evening. Yes. Yes, good evening.
Yeah, this is the way to the family. So I'm Lawrence Spencer. I'm Nick Johnson.
Okay, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Labor. So, Labor, for me, I don't know why people are saying a whole lot of things about Fala. And some people really cohesive to us. The point that we, in my mind, was very cowardly on his part. What Fala sells, I mean, it's nothing but the truth.
Okay.
Here, I mean, Labor, people that is born right now, they can do that. Richard Kun has been very large adaptive and representing him in the office of the speakership. But it's no gossip. But it's honorable Fala. It's not because I came of Fala. I'm not a Fala man. I mean, in my next, if I will have the next 3-4 life after they want me, I will never be a Fala man because of the kind of way they have looked at our country and reached themselves. I mean, I got my own personal issue with Fala, but on this one, I think if I even want to become a speaker today, I might be tempted to support it, only because of the way Richard Kun has been conducting himself. I'm not a speaker place once to cry out loud. You be hearing me in one religion is cannot to another. I mean, lying, all kind of things people promoting, you don't want to pay for it.
And that's the country for us. We don't care about integrity. Maybe we'll just make it one of our topic one of these days. Whether we really care about integrity or we don't care, let's just move on. Even if they may want to rule Let maybe one be raw, maybe one can rape. Well, that's it. Let you move on.
So maybe my brother for me, what happened when Unity Party people, the one divide their party, how they call it, the Marathon, one SYC, that is constitutional right, and a man of that president, but what remain of fire that the Liberian people will never be fooled to maintain the kind of people in power. See, because they are being gone with jobs everywhere now, everybody's discussing it, nothing happening, nobody can be arrested.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Let's give other people a chance a little bit. Hello to this caller, quickly, good evening.
Yeah, how you doing?
My brother, okay, thank God for life.
Thank you. This is Pastor Davis. I have learned my man Lawrence my time though. So look, first we want to urge the government that Peter Willie said we will talk about the trust issue every day. Look, it is a glaring fact. I think maybe you could be a better speaker than Richard Kung. You know, despite of our differences with Fala, everything they said about this speaker is true. For me, we've got to learn to speak truth to power. And this is the reason why we did. Is it not true that this speaker is so reckless and speak loosely and womanize? Is it not true? Why is it that he said that it's not true? He says a rich speaker. I sometimes believe that somebody told me the man is even lecturing out nowhere. Imagine this kind of person.
Are you here?
And you think you will get a good society? How can that kind of man?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, my brother. Quickly to the last caller, then we'll move. Yes. My brother, good evening. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Remember, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I come now go school here. Western community, remember, for stand like doing for justice. Remember, thank you very much for your discussion. In my mind, our argument of the gross incompetence and ineptitude of this government was just validated by the deputy speaker. Because if it's deputy speaker can be there to lay on his job and say that he's not up to the standard, it means the entire government is just incompetent. That's what he was trying to say. So in my mind, he was saying the truth. But we want to tell the government, those things will not affect our attention. Our real issue is, we want to know who brought the quote-unquote 19.5 million, but our India continue to tell us 500 million worth of drugs to this country that have been everything in the Rubber International Airport. Mr. Parker, want to know who bring the drugs. Whether this one, this, or that. That's our concern. You raise your fee on drugs, and why is it that we still having drugs under your government? That is the concern of us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my dear brother. That's the point that we have to disagree to agree. At the end of the day, we want better Liberia. I think that all what we want, even though some of us sometimes when our government or the president that we support, when they come to power, then we now start to play the defend role. A lot of us always defending, even if at our own detriment. You see, people want to be thinking that they know too much. You don't understand this. You understand that. You don't understand. What thing you have to even understand about Liberia? What thing in the governance that you feel that is so difficult to even understand? What thing in the governance when Article 1 of our own constitution already make things easier for our people? For our people happiness, for our people peace, for our people to live a better life. Just simple as ABC. What in the governance that you think that people have to go and get doctorate degree 100% for people can do? No. It's just about you doing it, your people work for them to be able to live in peace, to enjoy their country wealth. Just simple as ABC. But because we are greedy, we are corrupt, we don't care about our integrity, so we do these things and see our people like they are nothing. Then we want to play that role to make it look like somebody somewhere is working. Working to do what? So Mr. Corner and Adam, Mr. Dishu, we listen to our people and we listen. I think we are fighting for better Liberia and we still want to see a better country even before us leaving this ice or the surface of this ice. Let us dream about a better Liberia. But again, maybe tomorrow we'll be talking about integrity. Maybe what I will get integrity in this country, maybe that another one. But back to you.
Yeah, maybe
To the two of you. So
let me say thanks to the callers, man, and thanks to all of the followers, those are writing comments and everything. Like I stated from the beginning, if you think that there are things that it really catch your heart positively, maybe I can share the link with you and you can come here and defend the government or defend whatever position you want. This is the freedom, that's what they call freedom of speech. But again, let me say thanks to those callers, maybe. What I want to say to this government is just a candid advice as a Liberian. The best thing you can do at this point in time to save face on the drug issue. Now that you got the King brothers and wherever you know where the drug was staged, those are people that need to be before the law right now, even if they are indicted or other people that you have apprehended, and subsequently they will call other names. I think that would be the best thing for you to do right now than to sit there and know, oh, we don't know who brought it in here. But you know where it came from to the airport. But to think that you drag this thing on indefinitely and it dies down, the, the reality of it have started taking toll on the Liberians already by this statement by Delta Airport. And I'm just afraid and concerned that it might lead to other airlines that we don't have already enough in our country. Then they start taking decision on, or we that especially in the diaspora that constantly go back in our country, it's going to be a burden for us, not just the government, but as individual Liberians that are abroad. So it's about time that they take some strong measures and that will let to re-echo whatever the lawmakers are doing. It lies in the prerogative to hold this government feet to fire for them to answer some hard questions and bring some people to book. But that's all I can add on to it. And then whatever Mr. Fala and other people are doing, when you talk too much, I see why a lot of these guys don't like to come to the microphone. Because many a time when they say things, it put them into trouble. So I understand that, but you will have to
exactly because the thing about it, Mr. Connor, is that the truth is stubborn. That's the thing.
Stubborn.
You know,
yes.
the truth
so when
is
you take
in
to the microphone,
and the truth will come out. But no
when
way.
you take to the microphone, maybe it will come out some kind of way. Whether you like it or not, you will say it. And that's the reality about it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Thanks
so,
for the time, man. Thanks to my brother
let me see.
Dishu.
Someone was asking. Yeah, thank you. I think I know Jasio, MJ, and Okide were asking for the link. My brother is how we operate. If you want the link, later on here and get to us. We will send you the link for the next edition of our show. We don't bring you on when we're already into our discussion. Maybe you're already in your look at you. We'll only send you the link. See your if it's you. I'm telling you. See even your comment. As if I say you and people are even making confusion. That's the first thing. So you see. So yeah, we don't have issues here with people. We don't have personal issues. We are only against our leaders' behavior. That's all we're against them and their brothers. So some of you who getting emotional, who thinking that maybe you won't be combative throughout. Nobody here combative. You won't be combative. You find someone else.
The people got to understand that this is about Liberia. It's not about the Republic of United Party
Simple.
or Republic of individual. Every Liberia will get affected. One way or the other when things happen, like today.
That's the point right there. When they rain fall, it don't fall on one person.
No. That's what people need to understand. Well, again, thanks
so
for
when you come here, you won't be combative. You can't be combative, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, but wait for Steve. So you won't be combative and wait for the chairman when chairman can. Yeah, man. Wait for the chairman to come on Thursday. Right? Yeah, man. Mr. Dishu, what say you? I'm going to go.
Yes, I just want to say thank you and thanks to Avi for his good contribution he normally gives each time he comes on. And thanks to the chorus, it gets interesting that most of the people getting to understand the pattern in how things are done in Liberia, and most of them trying to make their own decision. But I will leave with this: the overview of the drug bust in Liberia. It was really shocking development that has sent ripples to both the local and international community. Liberia recently had experienced a significant drug bust that unveiled the extent of its entanglement in the global drug trade. And this is a very serious thing. We cannot stop talking about this because we have to continue enlightening our people because this is going to affect the future of our children traveling. Right now, it's affecting us in a light way, but we don't know the extent of the investigation and the reality of what the government going to tell the Liberian people, because I believe this investigation is being stalled because there are certain names that don't want to come out. I believe that Peter and Paul have already confessed. They have told the Liberian investigators who are the big hands, but they still trying to decide whether to only put them out or bring one big hand in that they're going to close a particular case. But the international community is looking at the source and the roots of where the drug came from and where it has been passing. That's a concern. And I hope the investigators will try to bring these points out to let the international community know that they are doing a proper investigation, but only trending on those in Liberia. If people know that it's a mockery that being done and they're making their own reports. So this is a bad thing, and the scale and the scope of this bus, it sent message to the international world. The key players involved, they have to talk about it. The domestic. Yeah. Or reason to believe that something is selling the international drug, and they keep using all of those things have been discussed. So until then, good night. To know that when an incident of a crime occurs, you call it sting operation. What is a sting operation? A sting operation is one that is done quietly. The day you announce it, it means you have got your suspects, you got indictment, and you are at a court door to prosecute people. That's sting operation. But when now the sting operation on $19 million drug case, cocaine, busted at the airport, that's all on video. After 3 days, our security people go to Ministry of Information and say, oh, we have got some people of interest, but we're holding the name. But I pretend, the single colleague, nowhere in the world. I wish Sarah was yet the most security expert, Senator Momo. I tell you, nowhere in the world where you are investigating and you say you have persons of interest already, but you were holding the name. Just by doing that, the whole country went into speculation. There are places in the world, and I speak from practical investigative and prosecutorial experience from my time at Justice Ministry. When you are investigating a matter, even if you have suspects or persons of interest and you are not ready to announce it, you say you are in pursuit of persons of interest. And that when you get them, the public will know that will lead you to the perpetrator. You never ever announce that you have persons of interest in a matter, and then you say you were holding the name. The moment the judge security or the DEA did that, it started to gain a real speculation. Or are the person the other president, or are the president that the other government official that want them to hold the name. The security problem for the person, and we gotta be clear and open about it. We gotta be tougher, fire on top back. It's going to 3 weeks. 3 weeks. What are the persons of interest saying? Almost a month. Let me close. I was in a warehouse. I bring in a goods for storage. I got documents of everybody who brings their goods
to store in my warehouse. Yeah, I get them receipt. I keep my receipt, and they pay me for storage fee. One day, one of the cargo, or one of the baggage, or one of the bags for in my warehouse, turn out to be contraband, cocaine, drug, whatever. I become a person of interest. Until I can tell the security people who get it there that put it in my warehouse. Once it is clear that they probably brought everything and put it in my warehouse, and my warehouse is storage, I can take people goods, they pay me, I keep that goods, they come for it later on, you have the transaction, and how it can be, you move it for them. If I don't say who goods them, they're not my goods. You got my warehouse. Nobody will come outside. Nobody can die. I get a key, you die. What that bag come for in my warehouse? And I can't say who that bag for. That's my bag. I should be equal by now. So
there are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who willing to sell? The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The welcome my life without fear.
I lyrical
Master.
Play body so make you I can't Sktv benyo. Say my journey, tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, emu aye yo. And you love emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I dine ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I dine ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I forget na ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who waiting to sell? The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.